announcement. Special announcement.
Hey everyone, it's Lafayette from Nerds Talking the Podcast. Nerds Talking the Podcast is now twice a week. That's right, Tuesdays and Fridays. You get us a double dose of Johnny, Laura, Carlos, and me, Lafayette, twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays. Nerds Talking the Podcast, where all your podcasts are found. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends. Every Tuesdays and Fridays, Nerds Talking the Podcast. Thanks for listening.
On this week's episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast, the nerds talk about the Gal Gadot diet. What is it? And is she in Wonder Woman 3? We'll let you know. And Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. We review it. Oh man, it's a doozy. All that and more on this episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast. Now start the show.
Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking the Podcast. Welcome to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Laura, Carlos, Johnny, and I'm Lafayette. A new episode, a new show. How do I sound? I'm in a hotel in New Mexico. So am I cutting out? How's it going here?
Not right now.
Yeah, good job, everyone. Thanks for responding.
Motel 6 is not known for their good Wi-Fi.
Motel 6? Wow. I only stay at the finest, my friend, Marriott's.
Whoa.
The finest
Whoa,
there is. That's
finest.
right.
Marriott's
The newest
nice.
of Mexicos. There's nothing new about this Mexico. All the Mexicans seem like the other Mexicans. So kind of confused. But they do have a Fuddruckers, which they got rid of all in California.
Wow.
So I went to one.
No,
here.
there's still one in California.
Conquered.
I know. So Fuddruckers closed down completely because of COVID. And then somebody bought the whole thing for $18 million and started opening them all back up.
For how
So I
much?
was like,
$8?
18 million.
No, I
Which is
saw
a great
a
$18
YouTube
million.
video on them. It's been sold like a bunch of different times. And one of the owners his last name is Romano, and he started or owned Romano's Macaroni Grill. So same dude.
I fucking
that's-
loved Macaroni Grill. They all closed here in St.
Oh.
Louis. I don't know if they did everywhere.
There's
They
like
all-
Did they
one
ever?
There's one in
Sacramento.
Elk Grove, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
I went to
Yeah.
that one last week.
Oh,
Damn, you
do they
went
still
out of
have
your
the
way?
rosemary bread?
Yes,
Mhm.
but everything was a little
Different?
It was a little scaled down. It was like going to like Kmart or Bed Bath and Beyond just before they closed, because the
What,
menu was
do you
like
bring your own. You like bring your own seat.
No, I made the food. It was
Yeah,
shit
you
That's
deal.
the workaround.
yeah.
The steak is just the bone. Here you go, sir.
I like how they came to the table. We don't want to order. I'll take. Come on, sir. Come with me. What? Come with me to the kitchen.
But like everything was
I-
on a budget.
Those
You
your
remember like
ingredients?
going there and then like they had this, I don't know, 40-gallon olive oil thing at your table. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
you can have at it, right? So they brought out the bread and then they brought out the oil and the vinaigrette, and it was just like it looked like they were budgeting it. Like, oh no, 1 tablespoon each, sir.
little packets.
Yeah, because that
Packets
shit
of
like
olive oil.
it ran out. It ran out quick.
I like they pre-dip it for you, sir. We've already dipped it for you, sir. Just eat the damn bread already. Like God.
So
Yeah.
they do this thing there, or at least in the one by my house, where they get this sheet of paper and they cover the table.
Oh
and then
yeah,
they-
that's
they
the
write.
shtick.
Yeah, right. So, but they only had half a sheet. It was just a really weird vibe. Like
Did you go to the
Jeez.
macaroni grill?
I swear I did. I think so.
You went
I'm
to the
not
mac
sure.
and cheese grill where you
macaroni
went.
grill.
I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, the Ray Romano one.
Yeah, the Ray Romano, the
welcome
Corky
in.
Romano. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a weird vibe. Like I felt like the effort wasn't there, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure
Is
where
it
I
called
went.
Box Macaroni Grill now? Like
It might have been one of those situations where I walked in on a robbery, like the real employees were in the back and this guy's like, oh, just fucking take this.
A Kraft macaroni grill.
Yeah, exactly. I like how
I would go to that, to be honest with you.
you would. You, yeah, oh yeah, you would.
That'd be
Who
funny if
wouldn't?
whatever you order, the waiter looks over at the table next to you. No. Yeah, that's just what you want.
Grab it off of there.
Just grabs it.
Puts it in front of you. There you go.
And he's like, hey, that one's 30% off. Shut your mouth. You know they do that in the back. If there's like people leave their spaghetti, they just put it in a big bowl in the back. They dump it in a bowl and kind of remix it. just put that shit out again.
That never happens, Lafayette.
God, I hope not.
I'm praying right now. Like, please, God. Like, I don't know how I got this disease, baby.
I'm hungry right now, so I would take some leftover bread from the macaroni grill. Somebody had a half-eaten piece on their plate. Oh, I would take it right now. That
so
rosemary
good.
bread. Oh,
but I haven't been there in years, so I don't. But I know it's good. Well, according to Johnny, it's not good anymore. It's like,
Well, it was the food was still good. It was just weird.
I like how you
know?
walked in and it had the signs. Everything must go. Like, what? You're a restaurant.
feed me, sir. If everything must go, I am the person to be here. Send it over.
You sit
We
down,
went there.
right when you sit down, they already put plates on your table. I didn't order yet. That's all we got, bro. Just eat it.
We went there one time and like I got a glass of wine and my wife got a half a pour or a smaller pour, and we came out and they were like the same size, same glass and everything. And I was like, "Hey, did she get a good pour or did I get shorted? Like I thought I paid for They're like, let me get back to you. Oh no, she got a good pour. I'm like, well, why don't you just take this fucking one back and then give me a good pour too? Like, this is another $6.
Save me $3. Yeah.
So
I'm
what
not a
happened?
cheap
What
person, but like, I'm like, all right. So, anyways, that one closed down
Oh, so many
because of my Yelp review,
Too
motherfucker.
So
much
many.
heavy pours.
Yeah,
Alcohol's
too many heavy
expensive.
pours.
I assume the owner of Macaroni Grill also owns Mimi's Cafe because they were always ready.
They are
together.
right next to each other, huh?
Always,
They kind of have the same font.
always right next. Yeah,
Huh.
right.
Owned by the same people. You talking about Mimi's Cafe and Macaroni?
We should start a podcast just about that.
Yeah, they're
This
both
is-
owned by the same company.
How they're always beside each other. So you
Fat
assume they're the
nerds
same owners.
talking once again. This
Oh, they're
is
by
what
the
we
guy
do.
that
We
used to own
devolve.
Fuddruckers.
Anyways, I love both those places. Even
So-
if they're
so
all
the
going out of
Fuddruckers
business.
guy served Johnny. Served Johnny bad.
It was him. It was
Macaroni Grill.
it was Mr. Fuddrucker.
It was him.
himself.
It was just him.
He was like, "Hey, if you could just
Mr.
add
Fuddrucker.
5% because my kids
You
are
know.
in college."
Mother Fuddruckers. That's always the joke. Fantastic. So I went to Fuddruckers here in Albuquerque. People call it the Kirky, and I was like, don't do that. That sounds stupid.
No, that's stupid.
Just call it what it is.
The Kirk.
Albuquerque. Yeah, it's, the Kirk. Yeah. So it's 98 degrees in Albuquerque. So it's Hoyt. It's Hoyt. But yeah, so there we go. And then you guys have some news for me. So we'll start with Laura with her news on Gal Gadot. I don't know what it is, so I'm kind of like, ooh, what is it?
Oh, I'm going to let Carlos just do his legit news, and then I'm going to do my fake news.
Wait, you have fake news? You're just making shit up now? Like,
Yep. Literally. You've seen it.
Wow.
Then Carlos, you're up. Gal Gadot news.
Well, according to Gal Gadot, she had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran to develop Wonder Woman 3. All three of them will develop it together. So that's what's on the front for Wonder Woman 3.
She's trying to stick
I
in the
like how
DC universe.
But I like
don't
how
know. I don't believe it.
I like how she's helping develop it. All that means is I'm keeping my job while they write this.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
for them to come.
Yeah.
Like, what
Did you
is she gonna
continue?
do about Wonder
Did you
Woman,
continue
honestly?
reading? Did they have the meeting at the Macaroni Grill? Because then it's fucking fake.
No. It was a closed down Fuddruckers.
No,
It hasn't opened up. Or a soup plantation. You guys ever heard
James
of
Gunn
that?
got a
Like,
better pour than Gal Gadot.
Well, my Gal Gadot news
Uh-huh.
is
say
so
it.
I've recently adopted a new diet trick. And it has to do with Gal Gadot.
Oh.
So, this is from Rachel. Shout out to Rachel. It's basically a concept from The Secret, You guys remember that dumbass book?
Yeah,
Like the early
really,
2000s.
really popular.
Yeah. And it's all just really a bunch of fucking
Power
nonsense.
of attraction.
Yes. But really, what it is the power of self-delusion, right? So one of the concepts of it is act as if. So don't do all this work, trying to achieve a personal growth or a certain body or blah, 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 blah. Just act as if you already have it. And then your behaviors will follow accordingly. So she was like, I'm just
That's
pretending that.
not a good idea.
So the idea is, she said, I'm just acting. I just told myself I'm a skinny bitch. I don't eat that stuff. And I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm going to pretend I'm Gal Gadot because I think she's fucking gorgeous. She is this unique combination of hot and cute and sexy and classy. It's just like all these things, like all rolled together that I didn't think that could exist in one person. So I think she's fucking awesome. And I was like, well, if I were Gal Gadot, would I eat that? No. What would Gal Gadot have for a snack? And so I've been eating, hard-boiled eggs for a snack at night, which is not me at all. And so I'm like, this is actually a really smart, like, brain hack, right? You're not thinking like, oh, I'm Laura. What does Laura eat for a snack? What does Laura on a diet eat for a snack? Does Laura want to be on a diet? No. What would Gal Gadot do? And so that's my new mantra is instead of I am Groot, it's I am Gal.
How long do you
What
think
was
that's
you
gonna
wear a
last?
bracelet? What would Gal do?
Exactly.
What would Gal
and it
Gadot
has
do?
been not a week yet. It's been 5 days.
And
Well,
how's
how's it
Gal
going?
doing? Yeah. Hey, Gal, how you
She's
doing?
okay. I mean, I'm probably not eating the way the real Gal Gadot does, but I'm definitely eating better than Laura eats for sure.
Hard-boiled eggs
But
for
that's-
snacks. That Dutch oven's got to be a nasty weapon.
But that's a typical like weight loss hack that people try to teach you in books, almost
Like a
act
fake
like
it till you make it type of thing.
or
Totally.
like treat food like it's all disgusting, that type of thing, or you don't need food. It's not.
No.
It's you don't need it. It's not necessary. Only eat when you're hungry. Don't just eat to eat. And
Well, that is part of it. It's not all food is disgusting. It's like what
would Gal
kind of
Gadot
ice
do?
cream
I
would
know.
Gal Gadot do? Gal Gadot would not eat like Dairy Queen from down the street. Gross. No, thank you.
How do you know though?
Gal,
How do you know?
but I don't have to know. That's the thing. What's my mental concept of who
Now
she
that
is?
we know your Gal Gadot news is that you are Gal Gadot. First of all, amazing that you're on the show, Gal. We're gonna actually go around the
Thanks
horn.
for
So
showing
happy
up.
to be here.
Yeah. Wow, your accent's so different, Gal. How was Wonder Woman 2
Weird.
making that movie? Did you enjoy making 84? You stupid bitch. So Johnny, give me your what would blank do for diet?
You're putting me on the spot. I need something. I think I'm just gonna go with the Gal Gadot thing because
She's so hot.
Yeah. Do you ever see those videos on TikTok where they like save a sea turtle and that fucking sea turtle's got like fishing line like embedded into its
like
skin?
a hook in his face, and
It's every time I take off my belt. It's like that's what it is. Feels like I'm saving it. I'm saving a fucking sea turtle every time I fucking take off my belt. It's like, oh my god!
You're talking about like the fucking 6-pack plastic rings that go around their necks.
Yeah. And then like the sea turtle's so happy when you take off the belt, and that's what happens every single time I take off my belt.
My
So
belly
Johnny-
is so happy.
We now get 2 Gal Gadots on the show. Carlos, who do you eat like or want to eat like?
What do you mean? I don't know. I eat my. I don't know. It's a stupid.
Wow,
What do
good
you,
answer.
okay, here's the question.
Jesus, why are you so defensive? What the fuck is going
Who
on?
want to be?
Do I look like Gal
like
Gadot to
food.
you?
I never touched them.
Yeah, exactly. You ignorant. Oh, you ignorant.
The question is, who do you want to be like? Because it's not even just about
Henry
eating.
Cavill.
Oh, there
But
you
that
go.
includes working out, though. Like
Yeah.
No, because
okay,
in my
that's
mind
part
I'm
of
already
it.
buff, right? Isn't this how this trick works? In my mind I'm already buff.
Oh, so
No,
you're
that's
only using
part
it for
of
the
it.
gym too?
Yes. I worked out before I got on the show
Yeah.
just now, dude. I
I feel like that.
I just did 6 hours at the gym.
Yeah.
I
That
only ate egg
mentality,
whites
like
today.
I don't know, it can get you in trouble, right? Like I can lift 300 pounds.
Yeah, then
You
that
already
can
try
get you in
it?
trouble
And then
another way.
you turn it into I already lifted 300 pounds. 300 pounds is too light. I'll do it tomorrow. Like
Stack 'em.
yeah.
Stack 'em, let's go. No, but
Well,
that
for
mentality
me-
is that's a bad idea because you're using it for dieting. But say you were to
Mhm.
like, yeah, act as if you were whatever you want to be or something. I'm gonna walk around like I'm a millionaire. I'm stop buying shit everywhere I go. Oh no, I can afford
Yeah,
that. I
I
can
mean,
afford
that's
that.
the
I can
thing.
afford that. I'm
So
going to
I've been
space
telling
next week.
myself, like,
So you're just
I'm
an
Gal
idiot.
Gadot, like in my current circumstances. You know what I mean? Like, it's her essence that I want to capture. She's beautiful, she's fit, she's cute, she's classy. Like, I was like rushing to get lunch, like to make lunch at work, while I was at home working, lunch break at home. And I was like rushing, and then I was like, wait a minute. Gal Gadot would not rush her meal and like grab whatever and then sit down at her work computer. Oh no, she wouldn't.
No,
She
her
would take
assistant
her
Your
would do it
time.
chef
for her.
would make it.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing. I have to think of her in my current situation. So I'm like, no, I'm going to actually take the full hour for my lunch. I'm going to slice my vegetables and I'm going to roast them. And I sat there like hungry for 45 minutes. I'm like, this is definitely what Gal Gadot would do.
Oh yeah. You know my
Like,
favorite part though is you make it all, you stare at it, and you slap it off the table. She would eat this shit.
this is not organic produce.
Where's my boiled eggs? God damn it. Gal Gadot. I love it. I like your
treasure.
Gal Gadot news over Carlos's because yours is like actually happening. Wonder Woman 3. I don't see it happening. So your news is pretty good, Laura. Or I should say, Gal. Thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Gal Gadot. She is great. Yeah, so she also has a new movie coming out on Netflix pretty soon in August. So
yeah.
there we go.
What is it?
I forgot the name, but she is the star of the movie. It's an action thriller type of thing.
You said
It
something.
was actually plastered all
Oh.
over the buildings when I was at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, I think I
No?
saw because when I was
Nobody?
obsessively Googling pictures of her as I was in this, mindset,
Oh
and I
my.
saw some pictures of her in like some new action movie wearing a bikini.
Well, yeah, come on. Of course. She has to.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's so much cooler than any of her like outfits she wears on Vogue, like on the covers and Harper's Bazaar and all that.
I think the hard thing about them recasting her as Wonder Woman is she just looks so great as Wonder Woman. And you just like, how do we recast this one?
That's
everyone
a
else-
hard act to follow. I mean, just like Henry Cavill, how do you
He's an easy
recast
cast.
Superman?
He's a
With
recast.
a look-alike.
because
This guy
they
is a
basically casted
lookalike.
a look. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
younger,
the
lookalike.
younger
That's all they
version
did.
of
They
him.
literally
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna. This
looks
is what
like
I'm
Henry
thinking.
Cavill.
James Gunn had this guy in mind the entire time because they can now do because the first picture he posted when he took over was Kingdom Come. If you know the story Kingdom Come, it's about an older generation of superheroes. Old Superman, he's got the gray hair on the side. Now you can do that. You can do that with this young guy. You can do Henry, the older guy.
Can do
Totally.
that.
I mean, they totally looks like Henry. So I'm guessing this must be some sort of strategic thing as to why he did it.
But you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, good thing you brought up Kingdom Come because they just canceled it. They were going to make an animated movie, and James Gunn said, "No, you can't make Kingdom Come because that's part of my plans. So you can't make that movie."
Absolutely.
Because the other DC news, just for everybody, quick before
Talk slower. Talk slower.
we move
Talk
on.
slower.
Talk slow.
Their animated movies.
Too many
Is it
syllables
cutting
for that
out again?
Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's not like a robot?
Just say
Right?
yes and no.
I know people don't
Just fucking
understand
blink
my
twice
Wi-Fi.
if you agree.
Let's use Morse code from now on. Tap on your microphone.
Is it really shitty?
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
little
how
bit.
bad is it?
New Mexico has old Wi-Fi. is what
He
is
said
going
another
on
thing
over
about come is it
I mean, the
I
thing
heard.
about
I like
think
it on my
BBC News.
did you say another thing about cum?
that's what it came out with like
Yeah.
when you said it.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, it's
So yeah, another thing about come here in New Mexico. I'm like what?
It's salty.
Yeah.
it's the air. It's the air.
I was sucking this dick and I was like, what would Gal Gadot do?
She would not suck this dick.
No, she would not.
Would Gal Gadot use teeth?
Anyway, so they're not making Kingdom Come because James Gunn did it cut out again.
No, just keep talking about
Stop
Kingdom
laughing
Come.
about the cum joke.
The Kingdom
Anyway.
Come. Let's go.
Long story short, he said all his animated movies are going to go direct to theaters from now on, and he's
I
no
saw
longer
that.
going to
Yeah.
allow these
That's a
other movies to come
high.
out because
They're also supposed to be part of the
Because
continuity
he's
of his stories.
yeah, all his everything moving forward is a continuity thing. So he wants no movies out of continuity. So
Well, good for
there you go.
him. He needs to
Um,
bring that Marvel magic to DC because I've been on a shitty DC kick. I watched The Flash. It sucked, like everyone said. And then I was like, okay, what other shitty DC movies haven't I seen? I watched Black Adam, also sucked. I
Rough.
watched Shazam 2, also sucked. And I'm
Yeah,
just
that was not
okay.
good.
Like these are just they're all fucking terrible. They're awful.
Yeah, the best one is Wonder Woman, the first one.
Oh, by far. I do
Sorry.
have a soft spot for Batman versus Superman, but it is what it is.
No, the Justice League Snyder cut, best one.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah, best one, hands
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Well, we spent a lot of time on Gal Gadot. So let's take a break here on Nerds Talking Podcast. We'll be right back after this. Hey man, you like funny stuff and like movies and whatnot? Man, you should listen to Nerd Talking the Podcast, man. It's really good. There's 4 people on it, one of them a woman, so you already have to listen because you don't want to discriminate affirmative action because one of them is Asian. So, we have everything you want. It's called Nerds Talking the Podcast, man. They's really funny. I'm telling you, man, they don't pay me to say this. They's really funny people. So tune in to Nerd Talking the Podcast wherever your podcasts are found every Tuesday and Friday. Man, it's so good. I promise you, man. You're gonna probably thank me, like pay me and something like that. Like say, oh man, I'm gonna write this guy a letter because he was right. And who sends letters these days? That's how good the show is. You're gonna get back to writing letters and licking your fingers and your stamps and sending me stuff. Oh, money's really appreciated. Nerds Talking the Podcast. Check it out where all podcasts are found. Have yourself a wonderful day, man. Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. We're here with Laura, Johnny, Carlos, and I'm Lafayette. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends new episodes of Nerds Talking the Podcast every Tuesday and Friday. Yeah, you heard me right. Tuesdays and Fridays. Wow, look at us. 2 shows a week, and you guys aren't getting paid for this. How you feel about that, Johnny?
Stupid.
Yeah, I like you. I like you best. Like you best. All right, fantastic. Let's jump into our review of the week, or I should say, well, what would be the week of the show? Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. We all know who's in it. Same guy for the last 30 years. Tom Cruise. Is it Vin Rames, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Simon Pegg. Somebody named
Rebecca
the females.
Ferguson
Rebecca Ferguson from the show Silo on Apple TV.
and Haley Atlee. Is that her name?
Haley Atlee, yes, who was
Mhm.
Agent Carter from the Marvels. And what's the villain's name? Anybody?
John.
Who?
Philip.
What?
Mark.
I can't remember the villain, to be honest. I just,
Mark,
for some reason, I
fine.
can't remember the villain.
Craig.
Eric. I'm
Who
just
was
throwing
the
out names,
villain?
man. I don't know.
Brian.
I can't remember the
It
villain.
was the
That's right. It was the
CIA
prior
guy.
He's not really the villain, but yeah. Anyway, quick summary of the movie. AI has gotten loose. It can do some damage in the world, and our boy Tom Cruise has to secure it so it doesn't fall in the hands of the bad guy. Dun 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 dun. Johnny, what's your review of the movie? Tell us right now, or I'll kill you. Dun-dun-dun.
Are those the words?
It is for this show. For this show, it is.
Wow.
Wow.
I enjoyed the movie. It was just nonstop action. Like I was tired at the end of the movie. One crazy chase after another, one like impossible mission. Oh my god, that's where they got that name.
Wow.
After the-
Wow.
I really enjoyed
Clever.
them like cruising through, doing the car
Whoa,
chases through
another
Rome.
one.
Oh, there you go, because of Cruise. And I really enjoyed the Atwell of it. Nope, didn't work. I was on
Did
a
not
roll.
work.
Almost.
Almost. Them like just doing the car chases through Rome was so cool. Just after being there and seeing it, just the thought of it was really cool. I mean, it was like the previous. I think it was a previous Mission Impossible where they were cruising through Paris or Amsterdam, one of the two. This
Was
is
that
really
the one
cool.
with the motorcycle
Paris.
chase?
It was Paris.
That
Huh?
was
It was Paris.
5, I believe.
I think they might have done Amsterdam too, though. Either way.
They
No
did
idea.
Amsterdam in
There's a
the.
lot
I
of
just
these.
watched all of them. They did do Amsterdam, and I'm trying to. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, Gal's the worst. Go ahead, Johnny.
I'm thinking maybe for the next one they like cruise or do a car chase in front of like a Fuddruckers or a macaroni grill
In New
Just
Mexico.
keep it authentic. No, I really enjoyed it. The villain, I don't know how I felt about him. He wasn't scary. He was just consistent. He was just a very bad person. And AI is controlling him now, or like AI
that part was dumb. That part was
well, he
Yeah, I'm a little fuzzy on how that all works.
that thing was
AI
stupid.
like predicted the future, and then he like followed it like a god, basically, right?
So yeah, but come on, the dumbest part really was when they're in the club, and then AI was all around them, and he was like, "Oh my god, here it is! Oh my god, oh."
It's here in the lighting
It's
of this
like,
club
yeah.
scene.
I was like,
Wah,
Yeah,
wah.
but he kept
Yeah.
saying, like, it was very like, oh, this is the prophecy of AI type of vibe.
yeah.
So the storyline wasn't great, but the action was top notch. I don't know about you, but did the villain remind you of the brother on La Bamba?
That's the guy. That's
That
him.
is the guy.
Is it really him?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
That's
I had no
Richard
idea.
Allen's brother.
He hasn't aged a bit.
I know,
and
right?
he draws the Looney Tunes.
No, that's why I didn't think it was him. I was like, man, that looks like La Bamba. Or La
That
Bamba.
looks like La
like
Bamba.
La
I like how
Bamba's
you
brother.
put it.
That's La
Yeah.
Bamba's brother.
That's La
I like
Well,
that,
shit,
man.
good for him. I didn't know he was still working. You know
As in,
what?
like a ton of movies.
Yeah.
4.6. I don't know his movies. I'm gonna give it a
La Bamba.
4.6 because of La Bamba's brother.
Yeah, La Bamba's the brother. Remember, he was in another Mission Impossible. Just say that. So
What?
I don't know which one though he was in. Was it 2? Was it 3? I don't know which one he was in.
Oh, that's right, because he's kind of having a flashback of what he did prior.
I mean, Gal would know.
Yeah,
So,
Gal,
Gal,
what's up?
which other movie was the villain in of all the other movies? You saw them all.
Is it time for my review?
You know what? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I did enjoy this movie, but that guy is not in any of the previous movies. And
Really?
as I was and as I was watching it, I was like, I feel like I've seen all the Mission Impossibles, and I have no idea who this is.
Somebody
And that's what
IMDb this.
kicked me. So I already did. I not only did I watch all 6 Mission Impossibles to make sure, I Googled it. He does not exist in the Mission Impossible universe, which means, at least until just now, which means they retroconned all this shit. I mean, they didn't
Please explain what that
technically-
means for our audience.
Okay,
And for Johnny.
so they're basically saying this is his ultimate villain. This is the reason why he joined the IMF. It's not technically retroconning because they did not give Ethan Hunt an origin story other than the first movie, which is he's part of the IMF, his whole team, blah, 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 dies. But it does feel like it came out of left field, especially with all these flashback scenes. And I'm like, I have no idea who this person is. And I feel like I should know who this person is, but you don't. That was my biggest stuck in the craw thing about this movie, was that like this guy came out of nowhere and they're telling us he's the ultimate villain when we've never fucking heard of him.
And he's
before.
terrified of him too.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's not
Terrified.
Ethan. That's not Ethan Hunt. So It's a little bit it feels a little unnatural.
I feel
But I
like
did
Ethan Hunt though, he would be terrified of La Bamba's brother
Hell
because
yeah.
when La Bamba's brother got drunk, he was just
Oh,
beating wives
yeah.
and
Oh,
fucking.
yeah.
he was a horrible
He was
person
yeah. So Ethan Hunt would be scared of that dude,
and kind of a dick
100%.
to Richie until Richie died.
That's right.
Like
What?
he started being better towards the last like
Like
half
the last
hour
10
of the
minutes
movie.
of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how we're talking about La Bamba now.
I give it a 4. I give the bump.
Oh, I love La Bamba when it came out.
Derail.
Should never got on that plane, Richie. Should never got on that plane. You wanted the bus. You wanted the bus. Go ahead. Continue.
I liked it in general because I mean, again, it's nonstop action, so it's always fun to watch. I liked Vanessa Kirby coming back. I love her as that villain. I think she's great. Pom Clementif, who is Mantis in the Guardians of the Galaxy. She is fun to
Yes.
watch.
Mhm.
I liked her
Yes,
character
yes.
because she was clearly like completely fucking unhinged, and it was just kind of fun to watch her like delight in taking this giant, Humvee and like running over things, and it was fun. And then Kittredge, who came back into the fold, he was in the first one. He's never been in it since, and now he's back, which is fun. Overall, I enjoyed it, but I did leave going a little bit like, seriously, who is this guy? What is the thing? Oh, and then my other thing that stuck in my craw was about how Ethan is just like, oh, Grace, this person he just met, and how he's so enamored and like wants to protect her so, so much. I'm like, is she really that fucking great? You just met her. I mean, I know she's pretty, but you've had a lot of pretty ladies in your movies, sir.
They tend to die.
They tend to die.
They
Or
tend to die.
it's just like any other Bond thing, which is like, oh,
You just don't see him again. Yeah.
yeah, we end on oh, we're so happy, and then the next movie she's gone.
That is kind of what happens in Bond movies, as you say that. He always gets the girl,
100%.
and at the end of the movie, they're always together. Then a new movie
Mhm.
starts, and then
New
what
girl.
happened?
He's
And
a
I want to see
womanizer.
the
That's his
in-between
deal.
movie.
No,
Yeah, I wanna
that would
see,
be,
like,
that's such a
that's on
good idea.
Pornhub.
Just to fucking see like James Bond crying, like
I know, right? I want to see the
You know
drama,
what?
like the drama movie of James Bond.
What do you mean we can't be together?
he shows
I
up with like
think-
chocolates and the closet's empty and shit.
I don't think James Bond would do that. I feel like Ethan Hunt might do that.
But
though.
remember, James Bond movies aren't in order, so you don't know what's going on. They're supposed to just kind of be their own individual stories.
Yeah. Well, except for the Daniel Craig
True.
ones, they
Except for
are continuous,
Linear.
Yeah, which
linear.
are-
Thank you,
yeah.
Gal. I appreciate it.
Only Gal would know that. If Laura was here,
That's
she'd be like,
right.
"Oh,
Time. What's time?
yeah, what's time? What a construct, a flat surface of nothing." Like, what? Gal, come back. I'm pretty. Oh, Gal, thank you. All right, Carlos. Oh, wait, Laura, what's your score? Did you just give you your score? Johnny give it a 4.6.
Actually,
Bamba.
did Johnny give it?
Yeah,
What
I
did
give
you
it
give
a
it?
4.6.
4.6.
Wow. Because of La
I give
Bamba?
it
Mhm.
a 3.
What is this
8.
point shit? You
No, I'm
fucking-
gonna take that back. I give it a solid 4.
All right,
Because
I
of
give
the
it a
nonstop action,
solid
but
3.
the storyline was not great.
Yeah,
No.
I'm giving it a 3, but just to say that I still enjoyed it more than the average movie.
All right,
Shrug.
Carlos, your take on Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1.
This story's been done already. If you're a Dan Brown fan, you read his books, this is the exact same story as Origin. It's just AI taking over. And that's what happens in that book. Only AI is actually responsible for killing the main person in the book.
That's
thing
what
that
Origin's
bothered-
about?
Yeah.
I
So-
haven't heard it yet.
You weren't
so
gonna read it.
AKA
Come
I haven't listened to it yet or read it.
Oh.
But it's the
He
same
says
thing.
He hasn't heard it yet.
Gal will
so-
kill you.
Laura would
Uh,
kill me. Gal would be like, "That's fine. It's
Oh,
fine."
that's
then."
right.
No,
Gal would be
no,
like, "Oh, no,
Gal does
audiobooks are
not
fine."
listen. No, she does
Audiobooks
not
are
listen to
just
audiobooks.
fine.
Gal actually has somebody read it to her, a real person.
Oh,
So
sure.
Nope.
not
Nope.
even like
She hires a cast and they act it out.
that's right. James Gunn reads it to her.
How is your
Oh.
Fuddruckers burger, James Gunn?
She would never eat that.
So what? There was a character that bothered me in this movie, and it was Briggs. the FBI guy that just would not quit. I have to get my guy. And I'm like, you have not been in any of the other movies. Why all of a sudden are you so obsessed with Ethan Hunt? And he was just, I got to get my guy no matter what he's doing. I'm like, and your partner's like, he saved the world. You know that, right? I got to get him. I got as much my job. I got to get him or I'm going to die trying. I wish you would have fucking died because I hate this character in the movies that he shows up in. They're so stupid. Mission
You mean
Impossible.
that actor?
No. Just that trope.
Oh, okay.
That one guy, I've got to get this guy because he's a villain or a bad guy, no matter how much good he's doing. I got to get him. I'm going to spend my entire life. My eyes are going to go bloodshot red. My wife is going to leave me. My kids hate me because I'm chasing this one guy. I don't like that. Anywho, this movie, like Johnny said, I found it. Oh, Johnny didn't say this, but I'm saying this. It was
I like how Johnny said it. He didn't say it. So
He
I'm gonna
would.
say it.
well,
He would
Said
might.
this. But you know what?
Well,
What would Gal do?
Because I was thinking of like when Johnny said it's just one big action thing and he got tired. He felt tired at the end. Well, for my thing is I found it a little boring. I'm like, can we slow it down a little bit? Every scene just went from one chase to another. I mean, it was just, but then I think that's what Tom wanted. That's why this movie was split in two. I even read a little story where the director and Tom was exhausted. He's like, when is this over? And the director just looked at him and said, you wanted this 2 movies. So that's what's happening. So it was a little exhausting for me. It just kept, and just some of the stuff was just kind of ridiculous, but not in a too unbelievable way, but just enough where you're like, let's just move on. I get what's happening.
The train.
Let's move on. The train.
Completely ridiculous. Yeah.
I got to agree with Laura when it comes to why are you sacrificing so much for this woman? You just met her. I don't know. He just wanted to protect her with everything he's got. It was just, I don't know. It was just kind of weird to me.
Yeah,
But,
it was like choose between her and the Ilsa, whatever her name is. And I'm like, well, clearly you want to choose the one that you have history with. Jeez Louise.
No kidding, right? Yeah. But
Catwell's got bigger boobies. What would you do? What would Gal do?
Gal's got tiny boobies. She doesn't care.
She doesn't care, and she makes it work. No, but you're right. Like the loyalty he has for this pickpocket. He should have been more sad when his girl died. And I was pretty sad too. That was unfortunate. Like they were finally like together again after all this time, and then he couldn't run fast enough. Even Tom Cruise couldn't run fast enough to her. I'm curious on the second movie, like, because when he jumps off the cliff in the motorcycle, that was pretty big. You know, they were advertising that part. They were doing behind the scenes on that part, and stressing, oh, Tom does all this himself. And what are they going to do for the second movie? Because that was a pretty big deal. Like,
he's going to go to the moon and jump off the surface and gain a bunch of speed.
One,
so they can catch the next train.
He's going to escape from an underwater submarine.
I thought he
That's
shot
too-
out.
that's too soon.
Didn't he shoot a scene in space or some shit? I know he did some.
I
I know he's already done
saw
some
some
crazy shit
article
for the
about
second one. I
that.
know that he's done some space scene or some crazy
No,
ass
I think
airplane
you're thinking about the
scene.
movie he wants to do in space. There's like a movie he wants to do that's actually filmed in space.
Yeah.
Oh, Fast 9. Gotcha. Okay,
I mean,
he missed
he's
out.
Fast
getting
12.
old. He can't be. This has got to be the last one, right? This
61.
has
It
got to
is.
be
No, it's
his
the last one. He said
hurrah.
it's the last one.
And it
yeah.
really has to be because he is getting too fucking old.
Because he just started filming Top Gun 3.
Are you serious?
What are they going
Lies.
to do in that one?
Oh,
they didn't.
I
Shut
was
up,
like,
you're a liar.
So what's
ended
your
on a high note?
what's your rating, Carlos, of the movie Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning?
I'll still give it a 4, even though some of it was predictable. It was still a fun movie. It didn't drag. It just got like, can we just get over this scene already? This train scene, like the bridge scene. I saw that coming from a mile away. Tom's running. Simon Pegg's character gets in the boat. So right away, I'm thinking Tom's either gonna get there right when the girl dies, and Simon Pegg's character gonna see it as well, or they're gonna get there and find her, everyone else gone. They'll both get there at the same time. One of the two scenarios happened. It's unfortunate that It's so predictable. But yeah,
Okay.
it's Origin. Check out Dan Brown's Origin. Johnny, have it on audio or something and check it out.
Yeah, it counts. It counts as a
Yeah, it
reading
does.
book.
There we go.
Not,
You guys,
not being baited.
you guys are all correct. Watching this movie, I was so just exhausted watching it halfway through that I got bored. I was like, please end this car chase already. Please stop with this chase. Enough with this chase already. For God's sakes, end it already. And then the train scene was so ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, this is like, I don't know if this is good. That's what I kept thinking. Is this good? I don't know if this is good. It's fun, but is it good? That was the problem I had.
That's the thing about Mission Impossible movies, in my opinion. They're not necessarily good.
Oh,
They're
no,
fun.
not true. They're good. There's, I mean, what, 3, 4, 5? Pretty good. But
I mean,
because they weren't doing all this in those ones. It was more like sneaky spy, espionage, fake masks. Like that part I hate about all these movies. I hate the goddamn stupid fake masks.
I think it's fun.
But only because
You'd make one of Gal. I know you would.
yes, you would.
Wouldn't fit on my fat face.
Well, that's my complaint about the movie, right? What's her name? The pickpocket actress. What's her name again?
Haley Atwell.
Yeah, she has no kind of bone or facial structure as the blonde chick.
And
Not
she's
her
super
body
skinny,
type.
right? She's
Nothing.
super
Don't look.
thin.
They're
Nothing.
both super skinny, but
Yeah.
not the
but
same. Not the
She's
same facial
curvier.
structure.
She's super
She's
curvier.
curvier.
Bigger boobs and like a
And-
bigger jaw.
And she has the jaw like
yeah.
the other actress I told you and Mimi, what's her name? The other British actor. I tried to tell you that she reminded me of
Daniel Craig.
yes. Daniel Craig.
Insult
Are you thinking
my
of-
girl like that?
Are you thinking of
Come
Minnie Driver?
on.
Minnie
Oh,
Driver.
Minnie Driver,
that
yes,
has like
yes.
the square jaw also.
Right,
Minnie
square
Driver
head.
and her. And I was like, Minnie
I don't
Driver
see
and,
it.
and her couldn't put that mask on and look like the blonde chick, like at all, like zero
It's
chance.
don't think too much about it. It's just
No,
a thing.
the movie's so stupid. Anyway, I give it a 3. So 3 out of 5. It's just the second one better be amazing. It better have Terminators in it because it's going that route with Skynet. So
All right, I'll give it a 3 as well because I just thought of another scene that bothered me. The whole scene where he's riding the motorbike, the dirt bike, and Simon Pegg's giving him directions where to go. I'm like, they're doing this entire run up this mountain just so he could jump off it. It's to me, I just found it a little silly.
yeah, you know what? I was the same. I was like, we know what happens. You gave
know
it
what's
away.
going
Just
on.
get
Yeah.
to the goddamn end
Jump
of
off
the
the
mountain and
fucking
jump
cliff
already.
He did that in the other Mission Impossible movie too, where
The last one, he
Simon
had a
Pegg's giving him
squirrel suit.
directions. No, I mean like he was running and he's like, "All right, go left," and he's like, "I can't. I have to jump," and like, I don't know.
Like, jump.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he broke his foot?
I think
Yep,
so.
that was the jump that he broke his foot in.
Yeah.
I just watched that.
So
movie.
yeah,
Also,
damn it. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 now.
The number keeps going lower.
yeah.
You know why? Because you're exhausted listening to this. Like, I can't no more. I can't. I'm over it. I'm over it, goddammit.
Also, I'm looking up Haley Atwell on Google. Girl is stacked. She has some boobies. I didn't
hold
know
on.
that about her.
Everyone get
Got
a
a booty
Google.
too.
I'm not even looking. I mean, just looking at like
She's proportionate.
headshots from red carpet events. Damn, Skippy.
Not
You can
Stacked.
small.
You can watch the Agent Carter TV show if you guys are not interested.
Yeah, but they kind of hide it.
Yeah, they cover it up. It's like
They
the
cover it up.
1950s,
Exactly.
yeah,
Because
40s or
way
something.
she's
The
dressed. Yeah.
40s. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. Looks like the average score was about a 3. 3 out of 5 for Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. But it's just the first one. This is we got to put it all together. We got to
Yeah,
get
watch
5
the
hours
second
in.
one. It doesn't matter what it was. I would go watch the second one.
Oh well, I have to watch the second one. I got to see how it ends. We know how it ends.
Exactly.
Okay. First of all, we know how it ends. He gets both keys,
we?
saves the world, blah 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 blah, and then
Is he gonna
Ra-
die?
La Bamba's brother doesn't succeed.
Yeah, but
So,
is Ethan gonna die if it's his last movie?
no, I think it's gonna be one
No,
of those.
he gets the girl. And they go right
Happily
into the
ever
sunset.
after.
You know what? The one
Yeah,
thing
even
I
though he
do
doesn't
like
think
about
about his
Because
ex-wife.
that's how all of them end.
well, Haley Atwell's character. The only reason it was any good, it didn't turn into she's also like some type of action person, like most of those turn into, where all of a sudden the female's like, oh wow,
Knows
she
how to
really
do all
knows,
this shit.
and she can
yeah.
fight, and wow, what the hell? I thought she was just a lonely pickpocket. No, this one she knew nothing. She was actually terrified of everything. Like, what the hell did you get me into? So
I like it when she was driving and she was like, I'm done. You drive.
yeah.
I
That
like
was
when they
fun.
tumbled down the stairs and then all of a sudden they switch seats.
Stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
3.5, Johnny.
Yeah. It wasn't as
with
good
it.
as the last one, though.
No, not as good as the last one. But like I said, they're fun. They're just a little exhausting. That's all. So, all right, that's our show, everyone. So for Laura, my mistake. We'll go to Gal last. For Carlos,
Bye-bye.
for Johnny,
See ya.
for Gal Gadot.
Bye.
Oh, you sound like Laura. That's our show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll see you next time.